I know what you're thinking. I look completely different from the last episode. Apparently, I decided to get rid of the beard and look 17 again. But today's question is, can we actually start a live show in Michigan? That's the question. Because right now, we don't have a live show. We don't have a giant studio. We don't have some massive production facility. But we have an idea. And we're going to build on that idea.
And I think this is probably the first time I can actually say we're really doing this.
Welcome back to Woodward Backstage. If you've seen the pilot, you already have an idea of what this channel is. We're building Woodward Studios from the ground up. But today's episode is a little different. Today, we're actually going to talk about what we are building. And when I say it out loud, it's actually pretty crazy. We're trying to start a live show in Michigan. That's the goal, that's the plan, and you guys are going to watch it happen. I've always had the idea that I wanted to build something. Not just make videos, not just have a YouTube channel, to actually build something that can eventually become bigger than the people who started it. That's where Woodward Studios really comes from. A place to tell original stories, a place that can produce original content, original shows. It's a pretty big goal. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that we're already there, because we're not. We're at the beginning, like the very beginning. And you are going to get to see it all happen.
When I think about Woodward Studios, I don't think about one YouTube channel. I think about an entire world of content. Original shows, digital content, live entertainment, productions, podcasts, eventually a network of different ideas and podcasts that all live under the same umbrella. But that's the long-term vision, and right now, we have to start somewhere.
So what does the live show actually look like? To be honest, I really don't know. We have ideas, we have influences, we have a general direction, but the live show has yet to be created. And I think that's kind of the fun of it, because we're not taking you behind the scenes something that's already finished. We're showing you guys literally the ideas that sound amazing, but actually fall completely apart when we try to make them. And I think, like I said, that's going to be most of the fun of this, for you guys to watch all of that. We'll probably change things, probably a lot, but that's the journey.
And I'm not doing this company by myself. There is a small team of people with Woodward right now. And honestly, as we build the company, we're also building the team. One of the biggest pieces of this company is Jose. Jose is the person that I can take an idea to and say, okay, here's what I'm thinking. Instead of saying, yeah, that's cool, he's going to take the idea and he's actually going to figure out how we can make it happen. Because I have a lot of ideas. Probably too many. And of course, there's me. There's no way to introduce that. I'm probably the one who keeps saying, okay, but what if we went bigger? I have the visions all in my head. I know exactly where I want this to go. Problem is, I have to figure out how to get us there. Of course I will, but there's a pretty big gap. And that's where having the right people around you becomes important. Because Woodward isn't supposed to just be me. It isn't supposed to just be Jose. It's supposed to eventually become a real team. Right now, that team is very small. We've got people like Gary, who are going to be a huge part of the production side, as our director of photography and one of the best camera guys we have around us. And there's other people helping us along the way, but nowhere near the team I picture when I think about what Woodward eventually becomes. And eventually, I want there to be 3 founding members at the top of this company. Me, Jose, and eventually somebody that can take on a huge part in a financial role as our chief financial officer or CFO. That person is not with us yet. We have not figured it out yet. And honestly, we're okay with that. Because we don't want to put somebody in that spot just because the position needs to be filled. We want them to understand, and we want them to be willing to build this company with us, because that's what the whole thing comes down to. We're building the company, we're building the team, we're building the shows, and eventually we're building a live show. And right now we're starting with a very small group of people and trying to make a big idea happen.
Now here's the reality. There's no giant budget. There's no massive studio. We're starting with what we have, and we definitely don't have an entire roadmap figured out. We don't have every piece of equipment we need. Like I said, we're starting with what we have. And I think that's why I started this channel, because I want you guys to see it all. I want you to see the moments that don't work. I want you to see the moments we're excited. I want you to see the moments we're frustrated. I want you to see the wins, the mistakes, the decisions. And eventually, when we pull all this off, I want you to be able to say, I was there when they started. So that, I think, is what the first chapter is really about. Not having anything figured out, not pretending that we do. Because at this point, you have to stop talking about the dream and actually start building it. And that's exactly what we're doing. This is the first step. We're not a massive studio. We're just a small team with a big idea. And everybody that built something started somewhere. This is where we're starting. We have the goals, we have the idea, we just got to figure out how to actually build it. And I guess that's what you're watching. Welcome to chapter 1. Let's build something.